Okay, picking up where I left off, my wife is happy and ready to go home. All right, so where we left off, so the g prime of 0 is beta 2 plus beta 3. Make that a 3. And then the curvature is going to be this beta 4 plus beta 5. Because remember, x1 is 1, and so we get beta 4 x2 squared plus beta 5 x2 squared. So the curvature is roughly equal to beta 4 plus beta 5. So beta 1 is the adjustment to get to beta naught. Beta 3 is the adjustment to get to the slope. And beta 5 is the adjustment to get to the curvature of the control group. So all of those has a role to play. So if you take a look then in your book on page 171, then beta naught is the intercept, beta 1 is the adjustment to the intercept, beta 2 is the slope for the control group, beta 3 is the adjustment to the slope, beta 4 is the curvature, and beta 5 is the curvature to get the treatment group. So really you need to understand all of those products, beta 3 and beta 5. Again, remember that the x1 is a categorical variable, and so it's either 0 or 1, which is why it gives this. So in other words, we can move on, and that's the geometrical approach. This is now sort of the symbolic approach. The two vectors do not intersect. That is, the profiles are parallel. That is, all the product predictors betas are 0. Or the two factors do interact, and the profiles are not parallel. At least one of the product predictors is non-zero. And so the question one is, does the effect of one factor depend on the other factor? This is a question where there's interaction. So let's go ahead and set up our null hypothesis. There's no interaction between treatment and time, and versus the alternative there is. Now, our null hypothesis this time is that both the slope and the curvature are both 0 that we may do adjustment. So at least one of the coefficients is 0, or we can remove the predictor variables x1, x2, or x1, x2 squared, or we need at least one of them. And so now we have to do a partial F test. So let's go ahead to our mini tab. And so we already had x3 here. I don't think we need x3 at this point, but we do need a treatment squared. So let's go ahead and put treatment squared. And so we'll calculate, no, not treatment squared, because treatment squared would just be either 0 or 1. So this would be treatment times time. And then we would need a treatment times time squared. All right, so C7 will be the calculator. And we'll put this in the treatment times time. And that's the time times treatment, which I guess is the same thing as x3. And then C8 from the calculator will be time squared, which I guess we don't have. So I best set up one for time squared. And then we'll need a treatment times time squared. So time squared, calculating this one will be time squared, and we just need time squared. And for this last one, for the calculator, we need, for treatment times time squared, we need this times treatment. Okay, now we didn't have to necessarily do all of this. Let me just show another way that you could do this when you do your statistics regression. We want to fit the regression model with log ratio between the log and the treatment. And again, the treatment is a 0, 1, 0. But if you go to the model, What you could do is with time treatment, you want all interactions through order 2. That gives me the time treatment. But then I also want all terms. And so that gives me time squared, treatment times, and then treatment times that. Actually, maybe let's go 3 and see what we get. We don't need time cubed, we don't need treatment cubed, but we do need times treatment. We don't need that one, treatment times time. So here are my 5 variables, my time, my treatment, my time squared, treatment squared. Nope, we don't need treatment squared. Times treatment, and time squared times treatment. Okay, so let's go ahead, and we could do that if we wanted to, and I guess I'm going to go ahead and do that, and go ahead and put my model in. And notice I get this model, time, treatment. So this treatment actually would be x1, time would be x2, and I would get these parts. So in the next video, I will go ahead and analyze the data, but that's just a way that you could set it up to determine whether or not we want those interaction terms. And I also have to take my wife home, so the video will actually be in a different time, but I don't think the treatment will matter to you because you'll watch the videos at your own time.